You know, it takes a lot to stun Dana Leslie Thomas, but her finding out that Barbara, the Articulate member who was pushed out of the group and ended up committing suicide, is her biological mother, did just that. Peaches, the woman who raised Dana and who she considers her mom, gave us a lot of background about the situation. Barbara never wanted to have a kid, but Peaches did. However, she couldn't get pregnant. Barbara knew this. Barbara was struggling because she wasn't a part of the Articulate group. So she said, here, take my child, raise it as your own, under a couple conditions. No contact ever. You have to move away and never tell my child who I am. Just say I passed away. All of this was very stunning for Dana. Peaches believes that Barbara is in heaven making a way for her because she knows she stands to inherit a lot of money. All that money that Anita has been putting into a blind trust for the family members of Barbara. I'm just going to say it. I think this is poetic justice for Anita's actions. You know, she told us that she was ruthless in pursuing the Articulates and then pursuing her solo career, trampling over anyone who got in her way. So imagine if Anita had been a better friend. Perhaps we wouldn't even have a Dana Leslie Thomas. And no, I'm not giving her a pass for all of her bad behavior and actions, even though she's one of my favorite characters. All I'm saying is, she was raised in an environment and set up to be this person, and she is just the embodiment of everything that went wrong in Barbara's life, in a way. Maybe I'm thinking too deeply about this, but yeah, I think that this is poetic justice for Anita, and she's going to have to live with this, and she's going to have to reckon with all the what ifs that could have happened instead of what did happen. Now, speaking of the Articulates, I don't like how handsy he is. I just don't like this. And I know some of you all are saying, what if Vernon is Dana's dad? I don't want that to be true, but that is a possibility. But I think the bigger possibility is that Dante is Dana's father. But I don't like this. I do not like this. I don't like that he reached out to Tracy and was just like, you're welcome back anytime. And then Sharon's like, what about my hug? I don't like this. And I hope that Vernon is actually a good guy, unlike the people that his daughter's married, which he's referenced. And, they don't mention anything on soap operas for no good reason. Is everyone having a good day? I'm having a good day. Yeah, okay, moving on. And finally, I'm so glad Nicole was living her best life at this divorce party, getting her groove back, and she's done with Theodore.